Down to Montrose on the Lake Geneva shore.
Oh, no, it's funnier because Brendan wrote, I want a Mercedes.
From Erie Zone Government Access, Channel 9, from the City Hall Council Chambers, it's time once again for the Taxpayers Hotline Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host.
Hey, it's us. What? You're awful happy. What's up?
I'm in a good mood.
Is it the Christmas season?
It's the Christmas season.
And so, let's see. This is Kaz Kwiatkowski, City Councilman, and
DJ, somebody opening up the phone line.
yeah, we had to get set up because we had a little press conference, I guess.
Yeah.
We didn't get cleared up enough, so took care of matters though. So, what's big in the land of DJ? Nothing.
The land of DJ. Well, excuse me.
Well, we saluted you with a snowstorm, but
It's funny because where I'm moving, they haven't had a snow accumulation yet.
where out there?
Denver, Colorado.
Somebody
Springs.
wrote my wife they had, I forget how many inches it was in Washington.
Yeah.
They had more there, I guess, in the state of Washington, not D.C., but
Yeah, but since I'm not going to need this, since this is probably one of my last shows, if not the last show, I wanted to give you a going away gift.
what's that?
This is the world's smallest ice scraper.
I will use this. I would think of you often as I scrape my world's smallest windshield.
It's about that big. It's actually for scratching lottery tickets, but it looks like an ice
Is that what it
scraper.
is?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It won't get much use from me, but
No, you need a much bigger one for Erie because there's a lot out there.
but I will keep that as a memento.
Yeah.
So this may be your last show, huh?
Yes, remember me fondly.
Yes, we will.
Or harshly, whichever way you really want to remember me. It's not like I
Does
said
that
much
mean
over the
that
last few years.
certain characters will be gone too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see. There's Mac the Knife.
No, I don't know any of those people.
Which is
They're all dead.
we'll have to put together a best of.
The best of.
Yeah.
That's right. Pull out the archives.
That's true, bud.
There really wasn't much best of me. This is the most I've said in probably 5 years.
But we had a good time together.
Oh, geez, yeah. It's been fun. Erie itself has been fun. 20 years of my life, half of my life have been spent in this city. So it's going to be interesting.
I have a feeling you may be back. You never know.
Oh, I'm going to be back for visits for sure. Any trouble I can cause, I'll be back. I'll call in. I'm going to watch you online, and I'll call in. I'll call in. I'll be like, hey, this is...
You'll be, let's see, probably knowing you'll be downing your Coors beer and eating your Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, stop. Don't.
What?
Don't. No, I can't. I know what they are, and I'm not going to do it.
You're in Colorado now.
No, it doesn't mean I have to eat that. That's gross. Have you had? There you go. That's it. You can have.
It's not on my.
You can keep the charnina.
You never had that yet. See,
no.
now you left Erie without that experience.
Hey, I
don't know how you did it.
I got about 2 weeks left.
Not many people get that. You've had all the other Erie.
Wait, I got to clean my glasses off. There, no ice on my glasses. All good.
Yep, we'll see what happens. We'll get. You can always call in, and
Just in case anyone forgot, you can call in right now. This is the Taxpayers Hotline.
I think everybody's getting ready for Christmas, but
call and wish us a Merry Christmas. Then this is.
I think we're. You know what? I better. Well, we are off. We will not be doing. We're on, right?
Yeah,
we will not be doing the show next week.
No, next week there will not be a show because there's a day.
It's Christmas.
That's a Christmas.
It's reserved for a bigger person.
And then the next day is Boxing Day, so we all have to take off for that. I should show up. I'm still in town. I'll show up with boxing gloves. I'll be like, Boxing Day. Pow, 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 pow.
Hey, why don't you go ahead.
Oh, which one do I hit? This one?
Entry, there you go.
Taxpayers Hotline.
Buona Natale, buona Capitan.
Hey, who else would call on DJ's last day?
I have to say, we're going to miss you, DJ.
Thanks.
Tears are coming down my cheeks right now. Crocodile tears.
That explains why there was a little problem on the east side of town.
Yeah, what, a water break or something?
Yeah, it was emanating from a street up there. I won't give it over the air because I don't know where you live, but.
Oh, yeah? Maybe that's why my water pressure was low. And they called it a local plumber.
You know, they were actually out the other day, I think yesterday.
Yeah, they was real low. I figured something was wrong.
They were down at, what's that, that video down there, I think?
You mean up there by Davison or where Marco's Pizza is?
I think it was right around there. That's close to you.
Yeah, maybe that's what the problem is. I called a plumber to replace my faucet.
To what?
I called a plumber to replace my faucet.
Oh, and maybe that wasn't it, huh?
I have no idea. There's water coming low pressure, but ever since everybody moved in and we give all our water away to the outstanding areas, the pressure went down.
Well, that has something to do with it,
Oh, years ago, we could turn on our faucets and the sinks or whatever, and we didn't dare leave them because the tops would fill up real fast and we'd get flooded.
Did you try your other faucets in your house too, or what?
In the house, there's pressure with aerators, so they're working. But
did you try your other faucets in the house too?
Yeah.
They were okay?
Well, the two in the sink are coming slow. The one in the bathroom comes a little faster.
Yeah, that's a water pressure then, probably.
More than likely, and of course, if it's down below a leak, well, the booster pumps and whatever. They put the booster pumps in on what? State Street again or Peach Street again, and blew a hole in the pipes and all that.
That's the trouble when you, some of these pipes are old and clogged.
Yeah, well, when I worked at Penlock in the steam department, that's how we always got our Christmas money.
What's that?
They slam too much pressure in the lines and they blow holes all over.
So you guys got overtime, huh?
Oh, did we get overtime? We had to get a Brinks truck to cash our checks.
Wish I would have known that then. See, I would have got on your good side.
Well, that's no problem. You want a buck? I'll give you a buck.
No, DJ's going for a little more than that. He wants a, what was that you're aiming for?
I don't know.
A Lamborghini or something?
Lamborghini.
Maybe a Mercedes.
Mercedes he wants.
You don't want a Mercedes. You want to get a Ferrari. They only make so many of them. Or go get the Queen's car, the Rolls Royce.
Too fancy. I'll take a DeLorean. I like DeLorean.
They used to have one of those parked up on, what the heck's that road up there by, off of Route 8, down by Ripley Road. They used to have a train let off there. There used to be an old gray Ghost, the real old ones parked there.
Really?
Yeah. Nice looking car. So what's going on? The guys are doing a good job out there, I'll say that.
Yeah, they got to it quick and wasn't any really great disruption.
And now we get the thaw.
Yep, there you go. Now, all that work, all that salt, all that money. And
here we go.
A few degrees rise in the I woke up this morning, I couldn't believe it. I said, I intended to go out there and measure my deck.
Mm-hmm.
There's no snow left.
Yeah.
But there was last night,
Yes, there was. I have a guy who plows me out. He plowed me out about 4 times this week, or last week. And he does it all the time. He does a great job. And he doesn't push it across and leave it in the street like these other guys do. Yeah,
we were talking about that again, but...
Well, you know my feelings with contractors coming inside the city and all that. It's just like that new phone service they're going to bring in with that for military men or whatever.
What's that?
That new canvassers. They're going to come in town there and make for 250 jobs. Didn't you see that on the news?
No, I missed it.
No, I don't know. Haven't seen that.
Are they bringing what, new phones in or something?
They're going to bring in workers.
To do what?
To call you during dinner time.
Oh, you mean out at that, what do you call it, out there on 38th Street or Grandview?
No, they're coming into town.
Ooh, they're going to...
So a company's coming in from out of town just to call people.
So they're setting up a call center, huh?
Like 250 people. They have jobs for them. And
I got mine screened as best I could.
it doesn't work. If you call a 1-800 number, they sell your number to whoever. And
Yeah.
if you...
I have the one from Spectrum.
Yeah.
It usually chops it off after the first ring.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it rings once, and then it goes away. But if they're smart, they do some kind of redial. You can tell, and then the second one might last a couple rings. But I've had better luck with screening it through Spectrum.
Better than that do not call list they have. You know, I had a guy call me up saying I'm entitled to a back brace for Medicare.
Yeah.
For Medicare. And I told him, I said, geez, I don't have a problem, but my donkey does. And he says, your donkey? Who's your donkey? I says, Francis.
Francis.
He says, Francis? I said, yeah, Francis the talking mule.
He doesn't remember that.
And he says, can I talk to Francis? I said, no, he doesn't want to talk now.
Is that guy serious or what?
He was serious. He kept going, and I just kept stringing him along, and finally he hung up.
I speak Polish to him sometimes.
I speak Italian, but you wouldn't want to hear it. They're all adjectives.
I know, I could probably give a few over the air, but I won't. But
You know, you ought to get YouTube and look for the Sheriff of Sicily. It's fantastic.
The Sheriff of Sicily. It's funny?
In the saddle, he's 4'3".
Gee.
He's like that little guy with the Mario with the red hat and the wide grin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sheriff of Sicily. And then you could really go on. There's all kinds of Lou Monte songs and the Gay Lords. It just, you can pick them up. I was playing Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer here a little while ago.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
Yeah.
Hey, try Spectrum, though. You know, there's screening.
Spectrum is not too well liked with me.
I know, but if, you know, their blocking system works pretty good for me.
Well, I'm talking about their TV system. Every time I'm in the middle of a good movie on TCM, bang, it goes out. My baseball and football and all that goes out. It went out at a high peak last night when the touchdown that Jesse James scored for Pittsburgh was ruled no good.
It went out? Mine didn't, but what is that? Was it rebooting or just...
The TV.
Sometimes what's weird is it decides to reboot,
Yeah.
you know, at the strangest times.
And you get that blue line right across.
And then what happens, I'll be out of town and I got it...
DVR?
I got it programmed to like tape 2 or 3 things when I'm out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you come home and you find out channel not available, and I'm going, how could the channel not be available?
Yeah.
I think it's a ploy. Until Time Warner and them get to settle off, there's going to be all kinds of garbage like this.
Well, you can't even, well, maybe DJ can help me, but it's hard to even tape anything anymore and keep it.
Right.
What you want to do is just buy it from somewhere else.
I mean, I used to love taping like different things over the years.
I was watching the Godfather, the members of the Mafia on the History Channel the other day.
You were.
All the racketeering where they didn't want to pay the gas tax, so they didn't pay the gas tax, and then they bought the distributorships and sold the gas. You know, Luciano and all the boys, Gotti. There was a heck of a program going. So maybe I woke up your dead audience now, and then...
Yeah.
If not, give us a call back.
You'll have Doc saying, Jesus, he talks too much. Well, Doc ought to listen to himself. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, it's
Take
Christmas.
care.
We give out reprieves, right, John?
Yes, we do.
Call back later if you get a chance.
Well, the president said he'd give me a pardon if I smoked a Trump cigar. All righty.
Have a good Christmas,
Take care.
John.
Merry Christmas.
You got to hit it off. There you go.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Wait.
Unless they hang up.
We got to train you.
Are we
Well,
giving people
I don't know,
5 minutes or 7? I gave him 7 and he went to 10. So are we going to try to keep it at 5? What's a good time limit?
It's
I don't
Christmas. We don't know.
know. We don't care. All right.
But, hey, it was, like John said, plow guys did a nice job.
Yeah.
We got hit with a little bit of snow there. But I got my fingers crossed because a lot of my family's going to be flying in, and hopefully everything works out okay.
Yeah.
But people will be traveling. You don't see anybody getting hurt or any delays.
Yeah. A lot of travel.
That'd have been heck in Atlanta the other day, but
Yeah. How'd that go?
I don't know. I guess they got it straightened out finally.
Yeah.
By the time you come back to Erie, you'll probably be a lot of changes.
I'll be back. I'll probably be back in a couple months. I got a couple of appointments I got to keep, and then I'll be back in the spring to load up all the rest of my personal
Have a lot more
belongings.
building projects going up.
I'd like to see some progress. I demand more progress. When I come back, I want to see
demand.
everything. I'll get the gavel. I just hope that things are going to go well. I think with the new mayor and new people coming in, we're going to be okay. We're going to get some new businesses. I think Erie's going to be all right. Of course, it takes me to leave for everything to start going good, but, sometimes you got to.
That's been our problem. Too many people leaving, and not many coming back.
Yeah. Been 20 years. I had a lot of good times.
All with Cat? No.
I was with Kat since 2001. So a good chunk of that, I was with them. So this is going to be hard. I'm going to be sitting on my thumbs. I'm going to be like, now what do I do?
So you have no employment yet, huh?
I have no employment. I'm just going to go out and live off of some savings for a little bit till I find what I want to do. You don't often get to do that in life, so I'm going to take this opportunity to relax for a couple of months and then move forward. Good times. But anyway, lines are still open. Taxpayers Hotline.
I do think everybody's, what's going on?
Just listening.
Oh, the sounds of silence?
I hear sounds. I hear noises.
I think everybody's getting ready for the shopping yet.
It might be jingle bells.
Jingle bell, I don't hear them.
Santa.
What did I see the other day? They had an article about what you were talking about, different places that have light ups.
Oh, yeah.
See, you won't be able to put that into. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, just calling to wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. DJ, good luck with your endeavors there.
You too.
Find something you love doing.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just giving you a call at the end of the year here. Nothing really to complain about.
What?
Snowplowers are doing a good job.
Well, I'm glad you called. It's nice to get to say goodbye to all the regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to miss DJ, but we knew it was coming.
DJ's going to miss all of you and Erie and my home, but sometimes you got to throw a wrench in the
I
works.
held off. I didn't shovel my sidewalk right away because the snow plows plow it right back in anyway, but now it looks like most of it's melting. So
Yeah, I was surprised. I couldn't believe that a lot of this, except where it piled up a little bit, it's almost all gone already.
Yeah, and then what was it, 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, we had that first snowfall was real wet and heavy, and all the car traffic got it packed down before the plows got to it, so you had that base of ice under there that kept piling snow on top of it, especially on the side streets, but, they can only do what they can do. So, all right then, like I said, just wishing you guys a happy holidays.
Thank you.
And it looked like you were kind of slow there, not a lot of people calling in. So
I think a lot of people are probably just, if they're like me, when they get home, they got a lot of work to do yet.
Oh yeah, breaking the weather too. The last 3-4 days, you didn't get around too good if you didn't have 4-wheel drive.
Now, if they're waiting like me, they'll be doing their shopping last minute.
Yeah.
I'm a procrastinator too, though.
And my wife and I have been together 40 years. We got nothing left to buy for each other. So
That's weird, but I'm glad you said that because I look at I talk to my wife and we don't know what to get, just.
yeah, we buy what we we need when we need it, and we buy what we want when we can afford it.
Yeah, we're just more worried about the grandkids. That's it.
Yeah, that's, if you're not a real religious person, that's what Christmas is. It's for the faithful and children. So.
Yeah, that's why I refuse to yield to the PC people. It will still be Christmas to me.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever other holiday they want to fit in. I mean, everybody can join in,
You could wish me a happy holiday any way that works for you. I'm not going to be offended if you say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever. Just say it.
It's all the same. It's all the same season for the same reason.
Isn't it amazing how this holiday has morphed from... I remember when I was a kid, it didn't seem as commercial as it got... It seemed to crest a few years ago. It's not so bad now. But like it reached a zenith, where people are like, rushing into stores and going nuts. Now they kind of just buy it in the comfort of their home.
Well, it might be good.
Between online shopping and stores opening on Thanksgiving Day
But it sure progressed from a religious holiday to...
Because the economy is great for the rich people, but for working people, it ain't getting no better. So a lot of people don't have the money.
I remember the old days. You're lucky if you got 2 or 3 gifts. And now you get, you look under the tree and there's like 30 gifts. And
yeah. Well, I had 6 brothers and sisters, so our living room was always packed with presents. And my mother was a single working mother, but she still made it work.
Yep.
One Christmas, all I got was a pack of new underwear and a stick of pepperoni. And I was happy. I didn't get upset. I'm like, this is cool because I love pepperoni and I need underwear. So what's the problem? You got to be happy, with what you get.
Stuff I get now is dental floss and baby powder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fill that stocking.
Yeah. Stuff you can use. Yeah.
You got it.
Now, don't buy me clothes because it probably ain't going to fit. Probably ain't going to like the color.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially not sweaters. Oh, God, I can't do sweaters.
Oh. All right, you guys. Just want to let you know. Enjoy your holidays. Take care.
You too. Merry Christmas. You too. Merry Christmas. That's right. We both said it.
With your salami.
It was pepperoni, man. It was delicious. Yeah, haven't you ever just gone in a grocery store and bought like a whole big stick of pepperoni and just sat there and gnawed on it? Oh my goodness! I'm gonna go get one after the show.
I never hunted. I always I said, that's a good excuse to buy a big stick of pepperoni.
Yeah. I really am craving one. I'm gonna write this on my list now.
What pepperoni?
I need pepperoni. Give me a pen. Right under. I left my last week's notes on the thing here.
I got you one.
On my notes, I wrote, I want a fire truck. So I'm embarrassed because I left this here and someone saw it. Now I want a pepperoni, but I got to take this list with me. Can't even spell it. There's 2 P's, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there was one Christmas where I only got, I think it was, like, basically one good gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had been laid off.
Yeah.
But that's the way it was,
And that's the way it is. These days, I think the kids would revolt if they didn't get their whatever.
I kept it around for years, this item.
Yeah.
I did. And it was funny.
It wasn't a stick of pepperoni, was it?
No, that wouldn't have that would have been bad. If you left any years, it would.
I know.
But no, I used to look at it all the time when I thought things were really,
yeah,
bad, and I go.
You pull it out and you look at it and you say.
Now you couldn't do that with your pepperoni.
No, I ate it. In the underwear, well, yeah. Obviously, I don't have those now either.
Well, I hope not.
I have since purchased new underwear, so you know.
Yeah, we should have got you a pepperoni, honestly.
Well, you didn't know. It's okay.
If I had known that story, I think I have my good friend Larry over there to get you one.
Larry.
Yeah, Larry Auditory. I'd ordered one of those Primo ones for you.
I don't want Primo. I just want the cheap stick of pepperoni. I usually get it from that W store.
Where?
Walmart. Wegmans. Any store with a W. Walgreens. That way we're not advertising for anyone.
You're allowed your last day.
Okay. I worked for Wegmans. My first job in Erie, my first real job, I worked for Wegmans for 7 years.
You did?
Yeah. It was decent. One of the top 100 companies to work for.
Did you know Dick Reynos up there?
No, I don't.
Old friend of mine. I was in the Army with him for a while.
I started there in 98, and I was there for 7 years. So it's funny. I've only had two jobs in Erie.
Huh?
I've only had 2 jobs in Erie.
So they had you in the pepperoni section?
They did not have me in the pepperoni section.
They knew better than that, right?
It was bad working in a grocery store at night. You know how easy it is to walk by the pie counter and be like, I'm going to eat this pie for lunch. And I would do it. I would actually buy a whole coconut cream pie, and I would sit there with my friend Mary, and we would just eat a pie for lunch. It was delicious, but also very bad for you.
So, a good thing. You would not have made it out at the pie factory.
I just lay on the conveyor belt and let them dump pies right on my face.
There's a pie factory out in, I think, Springfield or someplace.
Pie factory, you write that down.
Yeah, they used to make those cream pies out there.
Oh man, I have since learned to control myself a little bit better. I don't just eat a whole pie or whatever.
I had a friend that worked for a company when he got out of high school.
Yeah.
His dad told him to get a job. That was a bad thing to say to him because he got a job.
Yeah.
Now you're saying, well, what could be so bad?
What could it be bad? Yeah.
Well, it's not there anymore. It was on State Street up around 20-something. Used to be a big smokestack. And they brewed an adult beverage there.
Oh. Okay. So it was a factory where they made
Polar beer.
Gotcha.
And
do you get free samples? Is that why it was a bad thing?
Yeah, that was. He even purchased a few samples, these bottles that were like that big.
Oh my goodness!
His dad looked at me and goes, "Oh my God, you have gained weight."
I've gained weight since I came to Erie.
He liked the product.
Well,
we joke about it today when I see him.
I can't do beer.
No, he went into the Navy. Lucky that saved him.
Oh yeah.
But his dad goes, "Why don't you get a job?" And he does. He goes down to the brewery. I said, that's like you in a pie factory. That would not be good.
It sounds like a kid's book, DJ and the Pie Factory. Oh, come on, people. Call. We're dying here.
Yeah, it's only 2:30.
We have a half an hour of this. If you don't want to hear this, call and ask us questions.
What? We'll do. Hey, Mike, you can queue up some of the best of DJ.
Best of DJ. Oh, no.
He's looking now. Like, where's their...
No. Luckily, they're not categorized. I don't think you can locate me specifically.
Someday I'll have to go back there and grab a few.
Just bring in a big portable hard drive and have him copy everything. I'm sure he's got them all digitized on the interwebs.
Hey, you could eat your bowl of popcorn, drink your Coors beer. No, I know you're not going to drink Coors beers.
Speaking of popcorn, I actually saw a movie last night.
What's that?
Star Wars.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list.
This is the first time in my 43 years of life that I've seen a Star Wars movie in a theater.
Really?
I've never gone to the theater. I was never really into it.
I have to profess I saw the first 3 for sure.
Yeah. I did not. I didn't see any of them.
I took my son and my nephews when they were young.
Yeah.
It looks so corny today compared to today's...
Well, back then it was so different and unique and exciting. Now it's kind of like it's just another thing.
I'm even trying to think where I took them.
The Strand.
No, it might have been. I have to go back and check.
Yeah.
It was... I don't think it was the Warner, but...
Interesting.
Yeah, there was a time when all the big movies came to the Warner. People would be lined up there.
Taxpayers Hotline, please call.
But yeah, it's holidays is a crazy time, but...
You going to keep doing this? Like, I know I'm going to leave, but you're going to find a
regular...
regular...
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of people that may come on from time to time. Nobody's going to be like you, though, but...
Good. Thank God.
Might
don't
be.
want another
I'm
me.
trying to convince John and.
You have so many people that are your friends that call in all the time. That would be very interesting.
Well, we've been trying to get the Buckle On Man on here for a long time. Big John, he won't come though.
No. What if we put a disguise on him?
I know just the one.
No.
What? Are you taking it? I mean, somebody's taking it,
I
right?
should leave that here. I should leave the shark head.
Here?
I have a dinosaur head too. It could become part of council. This over here is Councilman Shark. That would be awesome.
Halloween.
Could you do the gavel? Could you be the president and wearing the shark head? You could be like, order.
I thought about getting one of those white powder wigs.
Oh my God. That would be
In a
hilarious.
black robe would either.
That would be hilarious. Judge.
But yeah, what I was just thinking. You brought something up. Just slipped my tongue.
Like last week or today?
No, just today. We were just talking.
Let's see. Fire trucks, pepperoni.
No, the interesting about the people are asking me about the fire trucks.
Yeah.
You know, should we lease or should we buy?
Yeah.
And nobody's made a decision yet. Either way, that's something we'll look at. You know,
Yeah.
whichever is beneficial.
Well, I mean, yeah, what's gonna be more? I wouldn't even worry about saving money. I would say what's gonna be more reliable. You know, if we own it and take care of it ourselves,
Yeah,
or if we lease it and somebody else takes care of it.
Going forward, we have a lot of issues. You know, we have to, hopefully with some of these building projects, the tax base will expand a little bit.
Yeah.
But we have to get people to move back in the city and businesses. That's the only thing that's going to, you know,
Yeah.
long range solve anything. But it'll be interesting, and hopefully when you come back, you'll see the seeds of something good happening.
I really do. You know, I have high hopes for the city with the new.
Just so they don't bring that
Everything's new people.
that weird traffic thing.
No, you're not going to have the traffic diamond, but you're going to get traffic circles. I want that.
I don't, you know, that's an interesting. Right now, that's the current thing, but
Don't fear what you don't understand.
you've never been on one at night in Philadelphia with 2 lanes.
I would no, not 2 lanes. You shouldn't have a 2-lane.
Yeah, 1 lane's okay, but a 2-lane at night
2-lane is.
in a big major metropolitan area.
I hate Philadelphia traffic. I really do. I got trapped on their highway once. I was in a hurry to get back home, and I got stuck behind a concrete truck that flipped over, and there was just mass chaos everywhere. We were stuck there for hours. Didn't like it. Then that turned me off to Philly traffic for the rest of my life.
Oh, it can be nuts.
Yeah.
When I'm down there, my son always takes the car from me. He said he knows the rules and I don't, so it's like a whole different world to drive in. It's like
Yeah. It's different driving pretty much anywhere you go.
well, I've driven in, let's see, L.A., Chicago.
Have you ever driven in London, Ontario?
No.
The rules up there are a little bit different.
Wildest one in Canada I ever drove in was Montreal.
Montreal, wow.
And the signs are in French.
That's tough. That's very tough to deal with.
Arrête sud, nord sud. No, nord sud, arrête west. No, nord sud, est west.
Yeah.
North, south, east, west. And then
Nord is north, nord, and arrête sud is south. Arrête means stop,
yeah.
and that's all I know.
Let's see, est and west. You know, and it's crazy, but you're looking up and going, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And your mind is looking for north and south.
Right.
Yeah, Montreal was a real trip. I was racing a French taxi cab driver through the streets.
Oh my gosh.
He tipped his hat to me. I guess I did good.
Wow.
But my highlight was going down the L.A. freeway, Santa Monica, playing the Doors.
I've never been there.
Playing L.A. Woman while I rode down the...
L.A. Woman.
Wow. I thought I was going to die that day. But
Oh my goodness. How fast have you driven a car? How fast have you driven?
On the Autobahn, we went pretty fast.
Wow, you were on the Autobahn when you went overseas.
Yeah.
I have driven 135 miles per hour.
I've never been that fast, don't I?
100 in my.
What the heck were you doing?
I was on Route 17 going east, and it was like down a hill, and I wanted to see if my speedometer could actually reach what the speedometer said it could reach.
You're lucky the car didn't fall apart.
It was a Kia. It was a 1999 Kia Sophia, and it held together. And yeah, it would have folded up like a ball of tinfoil.
I always wanted to win that Honda contest where Mario Andretti rides you around a racetrack a couple times.
Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. Because I don't want to be the one in control, because when you get up that high, it is scary. Like a fighter pilot. I'd rather have somebody flying me and I get to ride with them. I don't want to fly the plane.
That'd be weird.
That would be really weird. Okay, it's yours now. What? No.
Helicopters are fun.
I've never been in a helicopter. I was in a private plane once. We were flying as a radio promotion where you could pay like a couple bucks and you get to fly. I did that once.
Isn't
but
that
not a
fun when they
helicopter.
throw a rope on tight? You have to repel it? Go ahead, caller.
I got you beat. I was in a Ferrari once going down Interstate 79 at 180.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
We're not going to ask whose car it was.
It felt like a Sunday drive in a car like that, though.
Yeah.
Once you saw the speedometer, it was like, oh my gosh.
It's built for that, though, and you're low to the ground, so you feel safer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the tires are 16 inches wide. And,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Not bad. Not bad.
yeah, it's scary once you see it.
Oh, I know.
And I was sitting in the passenger seat, and
Ooh.
it sure didn't feel like we were going that fast.
Wow.
But
Nice.
yeah,
I'm not going to ask whose car it was because we're not going to do that.
it's a well-known car dealer. He's no longer with us, but it was one of his cars.
Uh-oh.
So
Very interesting.
180. That's got you beat by 50.
That's got me beat. I guess I'm going to go have to try that today.
and it had a lot more to go. If I remember right, that particular car had a top speed of 217.
Oh, my God.
I remember we were on the Autobahn and we were driving, and they do have restrictions when you're like near Berlin or some big cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're out in the open country and we're tooling along and I'm watching these people buzz by, so I said, "Hey, doesn't this thing have unlimited, restricted?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah." So how far are we going? Well, they had to take it out of kilometers.
Yeah.
So they go, we're.
Yeah, the Autobahn's getting smaller and smaller, though. The more cities build up around it.
Yeah, they don't fly in there, but I mean, you're still tooling around at
Yeah.
everybody's pretty close to 100 or pegging above it.
Oh, yeah.
And
But when you got to get out in the open, in between the big cities on the Autobahn. But the fastest I ever was, though, had to be flying on jets. When I was in the Navy, I was just machinist mate in the Navy, but I was on an aircraft carrier, and a couple of days a year they would have a fly day where they'd sit you in the two-seaters. The A6 intruders had side-by-side seats, and they would launch you off the deck of an aircraft carrier. That's acceleration like you would never believe. You taking a 60,000-pound aircraft going from 0 to 180 miles an hour in 200 feet.
Well, I'd like to. That was on my bucket list once.
Yeah.
Just to get shot off the deck of one of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, something they could never do with civilians, because they always had fleet days and that in between New York City and San Francisco, San Diego.
Man, they used to take people like up in the Blue Angels, but they've been stopping a lot of that.
Yeah.
Probably the liability. They still launch them manually, or?
And more and more fighter aircraft are just because all the computers are single seaters too. You don't have a co-pilot or a navigator or a munitions guy or like they used to have. Like I said, the ones that they would let us go up in were the A6 intruders, the bomber jets. They had seats side by side.
Do they still launch them manually, or aren't they going to another system? I heard.
No, there's still steam catapults. I'm sure it's probably more computerized than it used to be, but
I thought I read where
they're
trying to come up with a new system.
Yeah.
Not mechanical like.
Well, I remember before catapults, long before my time, when they first started using aircraft carriers, they would actually bolt rockets to the wings and help the acceleration to get them off the deck, and then they would just fall off once they were airborne, you know.
Wow.
But, yeah, that was scary.
But the Germans were inventing stuff like that way back too.
Yep.
But you know, it's weird when you read about in World War II when they took the bombers off that deck to bomb Tokyo that time.
Yep.
That was an interesting thing where they had to run the engines hot, almost at the end of their, you know.
The USS Coral Sea CV-43, it was still conventional powered. You know, they used fuel oil in the boilers. It was a boiler, and it was actually had his keel was laid for a battleship. But then the aircraft carrier became so popular, they wound up putting a flat top on it. And then at first it was a straight deck, and then in the 60s they refigured the deck to the angled deck, so they would have the ship I was on had 3 catapults, 1 off the angled deck and 2 off the bow.
Wow.
So
that got wild on there, huh?
Oh yeah. It was the best time and the worst time of my life. You know, you loved it, but you worked like a dog.
Yeah.
You know, especially being a machinist, mate. You were there 2-3 days ahead of time to fire up the boilers, get everything up to operating temperature, and then when you came into port, you were there for 2-3 days to shut everything down, you know.
Well, all the other guys were out partying.
Oh, yeah. It was a bummer when we go into places only for 2-3 days. If it was your watch rotation, you didn't get to go, you know, especially, it seemed like we stopped at Hawaii. I stopped at Hawaii at least a dozen times, but they were always 2-3 days here and there. And
trouble is, the first guy screwed it up for the rest of the guys, because then they'd start posting the bars off limit to military personnel.
Yeah.
Or the good liquor was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, all the places they told you to stay away from were the first places I went to because you knew they were the most fun. You know?
I still remember those signs all over. They'd appear. Well, in the Army, we were like, you know, you had to, when you're on base, you had these towns right near you.
Yeah.
So they'd always have them posted, you know, right around payday.
Yep.
Off limit to military personnel. And you go like this, you go, that's one for the book. That's got to be a good place.
Exactly. All right, then, I just had to let you know about my fastest time on the ground. So, talk to you later.
We'll have to get together sometime.
All right, take care.
We'll go for a drive, you too.
Yeah, there was payday in the military was a real trip. But yeah, I could see him getting kind of miffed, like, you know, in the town, it's all, the other guys have screwed it up already, you know.
Yeah, really.
Go ahead. You get
Taxpayers Hotline. Oh. Hello, you're on the air.
Oh, hello, DJ.
Hello, Doc.
Hey, I told Cash 3 times this morning to give me a call.
I got up late and I was out and about, and I didn't take my cell phone because it needed to be recharged.
Okay, well, maybe I have something for DJ before he leaves. So, DJ, don't leave without this. Okay. It's not a credit card, but don't leave without it.
DJ gave me my ice scraper. He can.
Well, no, he doesn't. He can get his own ice scraper, but this is something I think you will definitely enjoy, particularly on cold nights. And no, it's not one of those lovely ladies.
So, a ball of rum?
Hey, anyway, Kaz, I did a little checking. Last time you talked, you mentioned, we talked about the police department using horses, and I talked with a local historian. He said, guys, you were right, they didn't have horses. The state police and the sheriff's department used horses in the city.
They may have had horses way back in, you know, I'm guessing maybe back in the borough days.
Well,
or the early days of the city.
The city of Erie never used horses.
Really? That'd be surprising. I would have thought somewhere back in the 1800s they might have.
Oh, I asked him about that. He said no, but...
Who was it, Jerry Scribzak?
In the 1900s, he said there was what they called the pattern strike, in which he has photos of the state police in the city of Erie riding a horse into one of his businesses. The trooper on top of the back of the horse, stuck it under the door frame, going in with the horse.
What year was that?
Same building, coming through the window, dragging a guy with him.
I can tell you that the one time I saw the horses brought out, I'm guessing you were in Titusville.
How are you?
Yeah, and it was when I was in high school or junior high, and I can't remember the exact year. Somebody will correct me. they had what they called the Continental Rubber strike. You know, Continental Rubber was on 18th Street, and it got really testy. And if you know where 18th and Liberty is, where Hector's restaurant was and the firehouse, remember the firehouse on the corner?
I don't remember the firehouse as much, but
it's still there, but I can't remember what's in and out.
Anymore.
But it was on the southwest corner of 18th and Liberty.
Okay.
So it was wild. They were throwing bricks off the rooftops and
Mount Zion Church.
There's
a church.
It could be.
That's the church now.
And it was getting wild because if you know where Continental Rubber is, it's right up the block a little bit. So that whole area was like loaded with protesters. And what they did, they deputized the Erie Police Force. The sheriff's department did. Of course, he had horses, but the state police brought these horses, and I remember it. They had nightsticks that were like baseball bats. And they were up there, you know, mounted up. And I remember my buddy and I, and our dads were police officers, and we thought we were going to be smart. We went down to the firehouse, and we were watching all the activity until we felt a hand on our back. And my dad, he was not happy.
Yeah.
You don't need to be around here. My dad wasn't happy to be there.
Yeah.
Because he used to work at that place.
Right.
But, yeah, it was the last time I saw horses used. And horses are, you know yourself, Doc, they can be pretty rough.
Yeah, you got to and you got to make sure they don't step on them.
No, I mean, when they go through a crowd and you got a guy up there with a nightstick that looks like a baseball bat, it's a little oversized, you know, night baton. You know, they used to be like about that long. That'll make you move a little bit.
He's not there to play polo, but he might play polo with you.
Yeah, but they used to, and then the sheriff's department used them for rescue a lot of times.
True.
You know, they take them out in the woods but yeah, around the city, Cleveland had some, and they bring them out every once in a while. I don't know if they still have them, but they used to bring them out like for football games, crowd control. You see them in D.C. a little bit.
This historian told me to give you a little test.
Okay. I'm guessing it has to be, well, is he a police historian or just a historian?
See if you can remember, or you may have to look it up, but a mayor by the name of Orange Noble.
I remember the name, but I don't remember too much about him. I've heard his name.
He is supposedly the one that, when he became mayor of the city of Erie, put in the water lines in the city. And they were the wooden logs that they hollowed out, wooden pipe-wise. That put the original water line that went in the city of Erie with, and Mr. Noble paid for it himself.
I saw, there's a piece of one upstairs in somebody's office.
Huh?
I won't tell where it is because somebody will go up and swipe it, but I looked at it and I was amazed.
Yep.
They cut a piece out, and they find them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Out of York, Pennsylvania, they have pieces of the old wooden pipes like that they used to put in. The water would flow through that wood.
I think they're still using some. They found them when they were going through the city.
Wow.
And in fact, there's even traces of the old canal. I shouldn't say pop up. They like collapse a little bit once in a while. So there's a lot of old stuff out there. In fact, some of the old timers could tell you where the trolley tracks were because they just basically paved over them.
Really?
Oh, hey, I don't want to take up time. I know DJ's timing down.
I'm counting.
Hey, but basically, once again, I want to wish both of you a Merry Christmas. And
You too.
Yeah, I'm going to miss this guy here.
How soon are you leaving, DJ?
The 4th.
When?
The 4th, January.
Okay, well, I got some time to get this to you then.
Yeah.
I thought you were leaving here before the New Year's.
No, well, I'm going to Ohio for New Year's, and then I'm probably just going from there.
Right, well, I tell you what, either you or Cash stop. I got something for both of you here.
All right.
So I just wanted to make sure I get it to you guys that you can enjoy. Then yours is more enjoyable than Cash's, so.
I still think it's a ball of rum.
I think it's a bag of apples.
Really?
Those apples were good.
You're going to miss them, aren't you?
In fact, I'm debating now, I'm getting some requests for Apple Watches. And I'm thinking about just getting some apples and putting some old-fashioned watches inside them.
That would be hilarious.
What's an Apple Watch?
You know, it's like a smartwatch
Yeah.
they talk about. So he's making Apple watches.
Oh, there you go.
That's awesome.
Kids won't know that. Apple? Mm.
What's this?
But it'd be probably the best one they ever had. They can enjoy eating it, see?
Yeah.
Do I have to peel it?
Yeah.
Oh, you eat it.
But I'll get off the phone. I just wanted to call you. I'd tell you I had talked to a historian about that.
Well, I'd be interested. I was guessing it had to be, if it was in the police department, it was either Kenny Sidden or Jerry Skripczak. They're pretty... Jerry's got a lot of pictures of different things, too. And
The fellow wrote about the history of Erie. He goes back to his family had been here before, right around 1802. His family had been living in Erie.
Well, you know, I love looking at old pictures, and I remember when we tore down a lot of buildings when we were at the ramp together. Remember, Doc?
You take a look what I give to DJ, and you let me know if you're interested.
But hey, remember when we tore down a lot of buildings when we were at the Parking Authority?
Yeah.
Well, it was
old Barry's bowling lane.
wow, yeah, it was crazy going through these buildings and saying just the history in them.
Oh, man.
And then a few weeks later, they were.
I hate that.
Oh, it's just like Monster's store. I know who, at least last time I knew, they were now the proud owners of the old Santa shed from the Boston store.
Really?
Yep, it's still in existence and it's still in good shape.
So somebody got it, or?
Well, a friend of mine bought it, restored it, sold it to this couple. I don't know if they still have it. I'm assuming they do because it's been a couple of years since I talked to them. And as far as I know, they did have it. What do they still do? I have to check.
I remember the nativity scene. I seen it in different parts of the county at different times.
Huh?
You know, those big oversized camels and everything. But yeah, the clock. I'm trying to think who has the clock. That'd be interesting to find.
Yeah, well, I'll get off so others can call in, but give me a call, either one of you, to let me know when you're coming by.
Okay.
All right, Doc.
Thank you.
Wait, what am I saying about the clock's still there?
Yeah.
There were other artifacts from different buildings that have been stored other places, but that clock is still there. Your last one, go ahead.
This is my last 5 minutes, so let's go with this. This is the Taxpayers Hotline.
Trolley cars.
Yeah, how about them?
They ran on 2nd Street. You remember when the old nurses' school used to be?
Yeah.
They ran around there. They ran up Sassafras. They ran up Peach.
Wow.
They ran up French.
Wow.
Don't you remember that? Oh, you weren't a Bay Rat.
No, they were out by the time, John. When you and I were young, they weren't really around yet, were they?
They were around when I was young.
How old were?
When I was 12, 13, 14 years old, they were around.
When were you born, John?
1942.
You got 6 years on me, so.
No? And woodlog, I have a piece in my basement.
You do?
Sure, we used to find that all the time in the steam department.
Yeah. Some guy upstairs has one. It's all nice and, it's been refinished a little bit and then put
We
it.
give one to the fire museum, too. We give a big section.
Yeah, that trolley thing, I think when they built the outpatient thing for Hammett, down below the lithograph plant,
Yeah.
I think they showed a picture where they had I think there was like a switching yard.
There was a switching area down through there.
Yeah, and I think they buried a lot of all that stuff was just buried basically.
And went down behind Front Street there where the cobblestones are.
I think it's still underneath there.
Yep, I got a cobblestone, too.
You do?
Sure I do.
And didn't Buffalo Road Bridge, they had trolleys going over there too, right?
Yeah. Well, look at that one over there on, what is it, Old French Road there? Glenwood Park Avenue?
Yeah.
That road, after you go across the bridge, you go up that little hill?
Yeah.
That's all cobblestone.
Yep, you're talking, it's like near Gridley up there.
Yeah, the neighbors don't want the people to take that away because it stays better than the regular roads.
Yeah, there was and there was someone like what they called that park down below 100 State Street.
Yeah, Suicide Park.
And there's probably a lot of them that were just paved over.
Yeah, they sure did. And that's where I got mine, from down there. And you talk about the horses?
Yeah.
My old boss used to be in the sheriff's posse. And state police sheriff's posse. And they had them and they took them to fairs and everything else.
Yeah, last time I remember using an anger, I think was Continental.
Yep.
And that was, my dad wasn't happy I was watching that.
That's true. Last time I was up in Westchester, New York, there was a patrolman on his horse, and the horse could tell when the meter was expired. He would stop there, and then the patrolman would write out his ticket, lean over and put it on the windshield, and then he'd go again. And this was a pretty big horse, too.
They had one in York, PA, Lancaster when we were down there.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it last time, so.
Yeah, they just walk along a nice gate, and when the flag on the meter's up, they stop. Too bad the motorists don't stop and slow down too, huh?
So what do they do in Sicily? They have donkeys then?
In Sicily, they got the sheriff of Sicily watching them people.
I got to send you some one time. You probably sent it to me, but it was funny.
Which one?
I can't say it over the air, but
Okay, I probably did.
it's an Italian joke, but.
So I'll send you a thing on email, show you a bunch of girls what they won, but who cares what they won?
So John, the pressure's on you.
Why is that?
Well, now that DJ's not here.
I'll have to stop coming down there.
Yeah, we're gonna need somebody to fill in if like John Steiner's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And our buddy Dave.
not around anymore. He used to fix my tickets.
And Dave may come on, right?
Yeah, once he's feeling better. He's been kind of under the weather, but
So it's going to be a mixed bag without DJ here.
Yeah, maybe we can get even the golden ghost that goes to breakfast with you too.
Oh yeah,
The W man. Well,
the W man. Oh yeah. Why don't you stop sometime with us?
Friday morning's a busy morning.
Yeah, but if you ever get a chance,
Yeah, or go next door to Nunzi's and get some pasta visual.
I just went there the other day. I never leave there without having 2 meals to take home.
You want to go over there and have the Lake Erie Perch dinner.
I did. I took that home. It took me 2 days to finish it.
Isn't that amazing the size you get?
Oh yeah, and you know what? She makes. I shouldn't say this but she makes the real home fries.
Yeah.
The way we used to remember them when we were kids,
Yeah, the Serafini's does the same thing too.
Really?
They have them long ones, and they're super.
Yeah, I go there. I have to meet you there sometime. But the perch dinner's great.
Yeah, but I won't eat their spaghetti.
Why?
Because my sauce is the best in the West.
Well,
Every Italian says their sauce is the best.
or their mother's was the best.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we could walk down Huron Street in the old days, or 16th Street.
And you could smell it on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, and we go. It's Mrs. Chocho. It's Mrs. Lombardi. You laugh, but it was true.
Well, the Hickory Cafe, DeLuca owned that one.
Yep.
The one DeLuca. There's 2 DeLuca families.
I just bought some fresh figs yesterday.
Oh, yeah? So.
Man, I couldn't believe they're still out.
Okay, we'll let you go.
yeah, thanks for
Yeah, we're
calling.
going to have to say goodbye here to DJ.
Yeah, me too. So long, DJ.
So long. Merry Christmas.
You get up to Arvada, go look for my cousin.
I will.
Alrighty. Alechi's his last name, too.
Okay, you take care.
He works at some gold mine, right? Down in the silver mine.
Well, we
Us
are
kids playing tricks on
out of town, out of time, out of town. That's my life. It's over.
Did Mike give us the...
Yeah, we already had the sign. We're probably a couple minutes over.
any last words?
Nope.
What are you doing, walking up in the sunset? What, you want me to sing Happy Trails? Get over here.
We're done.
Yeah, but one last time. You got to say goodbye. So, hey, good luck, seriously.
Goodbye, Erie. I will miss you and love you forever.
Good luck on your journey, okay? And we'll miss you.
It's been fun.
But I'll
It's
see
been
you
an
before you leave
experience.
town, okay?
I've actually learned a lot about politics and finances and just a lot of interesting things just being on the show.
Well, you even though you think you didn't add something, you always did.
Well, thank you.
With that, Mike? Oh, we forgot to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, didn't we?
Merry Christmas. We're not going to have the 2 next shows. Your audio still on.
Oh, Everybody have a Merry Christmas out there, and remember there'll be no show on the 25th.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Taxpayers Hotline Show on Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9.